This is a vintage ceramic owl. We went to this estate sale, and this woman was a crazy owl collector. She had all kinds of owl stuff. This was one of them. I just thought it was so pretty. I love the color. I love the glaze. It's unsigned. There was no tags on it. I didn't see any owls like this online. So I priced it high. I put it up at $120 and it sold for full price. So that's when you know there are rabid owl collectors, because that's a great price for a little guy like this. This is 10 yards of super fancy designer cotton fabric. You can see there's a lot of it. This is the brand. The cool thing is it has the brand, it has the date, and it had the pattern written on one of these folds. So I was able to look it up to see if it was discontinued, and it was. I mean, it's from 1997. So I originally had this priced at $599 for 10 yards of this fabric. Someone gave me an offer of $320, and I said yes. I think I paid literally $5 for this. $5 to $10 maybe. And the cool thing was, she is a repeat customer. She bought a bunch of fabric from me a couple months ago. So clearly she was happy. So hopefully she'll be happy with this too. It's gorgeous, really strange fabric. Great sale. I love sales like that. This is a vintage Wrangler corduroy Western style blazer. And we probably got it in a bag sale. Now, everyone's been asking what a bag sale is. Our local thrift store basically just almost sells everything in kitchen trash bags. So they just have a box of kitchen trash bags, and you can actually fill up 2 kitchen trash bags for $5. So that's a lot of clothes and a lot of stuff that you can fill in there. That just happens to be our local place. So I know sometimes some thrift stores have bag sales just, on certain weekends, holiday weekends, things like that. But ours is pretty much a bag sale all the time. So this actually sold for $30. And I swear we've had this for 2.5 years. So I'm happy that that sold. So this jacket is a vintage made in the USA unitog. It's like a mechanic's jacket or a gas station attendant jacket. And it has an extra vest. It has a quilt lining, but it comes with an extra quilt lining that's a vest. The other one's like a jacket quilt lining. And again, you can see with the tags, made in the USA, unitog. It's totally vintage. This sold for $60. It's brand new. It's never been used. We bought a bunch of these from a lady at the flea market. I think we paid $10 for all these like brand new unitog jackets and vests. So this is one of the last ones that we have. This is an old military Periscope mirror. We had 2 of them. We got them at a flea market. And I found out they aren't really worth very much because they're a weird thing for people to buy. I think we probably only paid a couple bucks for them. But they both sold for $25, so we made $50. This one sold to someone in Australia, interesting enough. You can remove this. I couldn't get it off right now, but you'd be able to see through it. It's pretty cool. It's heavy. But, yeah, so $50 overall for both of them. Not bad. This is an almost brand new Sterno little buffet warmer fondue set. It comes with the original manual, and so what happens is these come off. These are little Sternos, which if you're not from the US, I don't know if they have Sterno other places, but it's like a little flame that keeps the food warm. And it's all enamel. It sits on these little wooden feet. We probably only bought it for, I would say, less than $5. It's really beautiful. The enamel's great. The original manual is awesome. It's quite funny. I couldn't find any of these on eBay, so I priced it high at $80. and it's brand new, and I love it. It sold overnight. I listed it, and within a few hours it sold. So I guess 80 was an okay price. Maybe it should have been even higher. I don't know. But I guess next time I see them, I'll price it higher. This is a vintage Toastmaster waffle iron in seriously shiny chrome. You can see it looks like a mirror. It's got nice big waffle irons there. These actually flip over and you can use them to make pancakes or sandwiches. It's just a great model. It's really quite nice. I used to go crazy over waffle irons. I used to buy them all the time, and I would sell them. They wouldn't sell very fast, but I just think they're a great appliance. I use mine. I have one. It's a modern one, but I use it all the time. I love making waffles. This one sold for $40, so that's not a bad price for someone in the global shipping program. I think they're in Canada. I don't know if the camera is showing you quite the color of this fabric, but it's like a robin's egg blue, and it's a raw silk. So you can see it's textured. It's a beautiful piece of fabric, just gorgeous. It's 3 yards. It sold for $50. Now, I had sold this before to someone, and they returned it saying, item not as described. She said the fabric was very dry. Now, if you've never felt raw silk before, it feels kind of dry. I mean, you can see it's got plenty of, like, flexibility. It's not, like, crackled or falling apart. But it has this kind of dry feel to it, so it's unfortunate that she returned it. But someone else bought it, and I'm hoping that they will keep it, because it's gorgeous. Nice pair of vintage cowboy boots, all leather. Probably got them for less than $5 at a flea market, or a bag sale even cheaper. They sold for $70. The only problem with these is there's no brand and no size. So we approximated the size with the measurements. So hopefully it's the right size. Usually it is. We had talked about this on a recent podcast where Jay went all in and bought this for $20 at a thrift store, because a lot of people will collect Snoopy stuff. It's a little music box, a Christmas music box. It's new in the box. But these really don't sell for very much. I sold it for $50, so we made about $30 on it. Not bad, but definitely would not buy something like this for $20 again. I'm glad we sold it though. Perfect timing right before Christmas. Not a bad sale, so just a little too high for the price we got for it. This is a new in the box portfolio brand sconce. I think they just sell these at Lowe's. It is discontinued now, so I put $50 on it, and it's sold for $50. And the great thing about something like this when it's discontinued is someone might have the exact same one, and the glass broke, or they want to match it in their house, and they'll pay $50 for it. We bought this for $2 at a thrift store. These are those old school floppy discs. They're actually not floppy. They're the little like hard plastic discs. There's 10 of them. It's a sealed package. It's never been used. I usually get these pretty cheap, usually at the bag sale, so almost nothing. And it's sold for $25. This is a little cast iron, they call it a bean pot. You can see it's by Wagner's, which is a very good brand. 2-quart bean pot made in the USA. It's got a little rust on it. I tried to scrub the rust off, but usually a good scrub and some oil, and then you bake it in the oven to season it. That'll do it. I had this up for $50 and I could not sell it. So someone gave me an offer of $25 and I took it. So I'm happy to get it out of my storage. This is a big 4-cup Fire King measuring cup. You can see it's got what they call a D handle, so it's a closed handle. I guess that means it's definitely vintage. It's made in the USA. You can find a bunch of these on eBay, but a lot of times they don't have the black writing on them. So I thought, okay, that makes it rare. I'll put it up for $40. And it sold overnight. So I guess that was an okay price for it. This was found in a box lot that we got at an auction a couple weeks ago. So I wasn't even bidding on this, but there was this one in a small 1 cup. It probably didn't cost very much at all, less than $1. These are Italian suede hiking boots. You can see they're lined in leather, high quality. I've had these for a while. I probably got them for less than $2, if that. I think I had them up for $125 just because they're really high quality boots. We had a really slow day yesterday. Someone gave me an offer of $50 and I took it. So that's not a bad sale for something you buy for less than $2. Not bad. This is a vintage Pendleton wool plaid shirt. And a lot of people who buy the Pendleton shirts, they look for this loop on the collar. And I think that means it's true vintage. I mean, you can tell by the tag that it's true vintage, but people look for that collar loop. Some people even put it in the title. I don't think I had it in the title for this one. You can see that the label is definitely a vintage label. So this we probably got in a bag sale for cheap, and it sold for $35. This is a vintage suede leather 1970s jacket. Very cool looking, very 70s, 60s or 70s. Got the zipper on the side. But it is tiny. It is extra small. When I was modeling it, I couldn't even shut the jacket. It was just tiny. So we've had it for a while. We took an offer of $48, which is not bad. This is a massively large vintage sheepskin. It's sheared sheepskin jacket. So it's very much in the style of like 1930s, 1940s, kind of an impractical coat in today's terms. So they're just not very popular. I have about 3 of these. I've sold 2 of them. I originally had it up for, I think like $125, $150. Then it was on sale for $90 and someone gave me an offer of $75. So I said yes. There's some wear here on the edge. Other than that, it's in pretty good shape. The lining is in good shape. I mean, it's kind of a gorgeous jacket, but it's just massive. So I'm happy with that price. I don't know how much I paid for this. Probably less than $10, which is higher than I usually pay, but I thought I would get about $150. But $75 is not bad. I'm glad to sell it to someone. This is a Leroy Neiman print. It's of Howard Stern. We thought it would be worth a lot more. We paid a couple bucks for it, less than $5. And it sold for $40. And it's quite big, so I'm going to sandwich it between 2 cardboard pieces, like I usually do for art. Yeah, so we got it at a thrift store. It was framed, but the frame was kind of crappy. So we just pulled the frame off. It's easier to ship this way. So $40, not bad. These are a pair of Southwestern, kind of Native American style sand paintings from New Mexico. We bought these at a thrift store. I'm pretty sure it was a bag sale, so they cost just a few cents, and they sold for $20. Not bad. I think I had them up for higher, but we've had them forever, a couple years, so I was happy to sell them for $20. This is an all-leather Buckheimer holster. We sold it once before, and the guy returned it and said it was too worn out to use. Now, you can see there is wear marks on it, but it's still usable. I mean, you can put it through your belt. There's no tears, or the stitching is intact, so I knew it would sell again. We usually get these for a couple bucks, and this one sold for $37. This is a new with tags, still folded up, Woolrich flannel shirt. And some guy asked us about it and asked us what kind of shirt tails it had, which we couldn't answer because it's folded and pinned. From there, Jay used send the person who's sending the question an offer, and he took a couple bucks off, I think like $5 off, and he bought it for $44. And we probably only paid max $2 for this. It's very soft. This is a mid-century temperature gauge and barometer. It's definitely mid-century. We've had this for a while, a couple years. And I think we had it up for like $65 just because it's got a great look to it. But we took an offer of $35 yesterday, and that's fine. I'm glad to sell it. We've had it for a while. We probably paid like $1 or $2 for this. This is a Kohler solid brass, but the finish is brushed nickel towel ring. Now, we originally bought this for our farmhouse rental, but I found that this just stuck out from the wall too far in the spot where we needed it. We needed one that was like this long. So we had bought this, I think it was $5 at just a housing thrift store that sells all housing stuff, you know, like sinks and toilets and, you know, stuff like that. So it was like $5. And then I looked up this model to relist it, and it's listed on the Kohler website, this same exact one, for $200, which I cannot believe that anyone pays $200 for a towel ring, but maybe they do. So the other ones I saw were listed for $70 or $80 and were not selling. So I listed mine for $60 and it sold within 2 days. So that was pretty amazing. $60 Kohler towel ring that I bought for $5. Not bad. So this little pot is called a mission swirl style pot or vase. You can see on the bottom there is a mark that says Namaji Indian Pottery Native Clay. So if you look up Namaji swirl, you'll see other ones that look similar. And they sell for pretty high. Some of them sell for $150, $200. This one I had up for $140, but we were having kind of a slow day yesterday. And someone offered me $50 and I said yes. So the ones that really go, I think, are the vase shaped ones. This one's more of like a pot. So I think those ones are a little bit fancier. But $50, I'm happy with it. I think I paid like $4 for it. Okay, the last thing I'll show this week just sold this morning. And it is a Swiss Army officer's coat. It is all wool. It's got these great buttons that have the Swiss symbol on them. I have another one of these that has the metal belt loops here. It's like to hold a belt. This one doesn't have it. We got these at the military surplus store where we bought a bunch of stuff. I'm pretty sure that's where we got them. We probably paid under $10, maybe $5 for these. And I sold it for $80 to someone in Belgium. And it's not global shipping because I think global shipping does not cover military items. And I had this categorized under military surplus. And that's it for this week. Bye.